Edward Weston was born in Highland Park, Illinois in 1886 to Dr. Edward Burbank Weston, an obstetrician, and Alice Jeanette Brett, a Shakespearean actress. His mother died when Edward was only 5 years old, and he was subsequently raised by his older sister May. During the summer of 1902, while vacationing at his aunt's farm in Michigan, Weston was given a Kodak bullseye camera by his father with the following instructions. Four years later, Weston's Spring 1903 was published in Camera and Darkroom magazine. He soon relocated to Southern California and worked briefly as a surveyor before taking up door-to-door photography. In 1907, Weston returned to Illinois for 6 months to study the darkroom techniques he would use throughout his career. Upon completion of his studies, Weston worked as a portrait studio retoucher prior to opening his own studio in 1911 in what is now known as Glendale, California. During this time, Weston married his first wife, Flora May Chandler, and the first 2 of 4 sons were born. Weston's early work, submitted to photography salons consisting primarily of high-key portraits and modern dance studies, won many awards over the years. In 1917, Weston was one of only 6 Americans elected to the London Salon of Photography, a high honor. Weston began to transition away from his successful pictorialist style after becoming acquainted with other members of the Los Angeles area art community. While visiting his sister in Ohio in 1922, Weston photographed his first truly modernist image of the Armco steel plant. The following month, Weston had his portfolio reviewed by Alfred Stieglitz in New York, where Stieglitz encouraged Weston to continue working in the modernist style. Weston's newfound aesthetic emphasized abstract form and a sharper detail than had his previous work. Weston soon moved to Mexico City, where he became fully immersed in the art world of the Mexican Renaissance and created many works. By 1927, Weston had moved back to California and began working on several new series, including his studies of nautilus shells. In 1932, Weston, Ansel Adams, Willard Van Dyke, Imogene Cunningham, and Sonia Noskalik co-founded Group F64. In 1936, after receiving the first Guggenheim Fellowship ever awarded to a photographer, Weston embarked on a 2-year journey photographing the western and southwestern United States with his assistant and model, Charis Wilson, to whom he would later be married for 6 years. In a letter to one of his sons, Weston wrote, Weston experienced the onset of Parkinson's disease in 1946, created his last images in 1948, and continued to decline during the next decade, in which he oversaw the printing of his images by his second son Brett and his youngest son Cole.